Rallo Green is joining me right now. What's good, man?
Yo, what's happening? What's happening?
I'm good. I'm good. You sound very good, very clear too with the Skype.
Excellent. Got this mic.
Yeah, so it's all good. I didn't know if you wanted to put call thing, but Skype is actually better, so I'm cool with it. I'm
Cool
cool.
beans.
So I first saw you perform this past September, I think it was. It was at Salvage for the Summer
Yep,
at
yep.
Al's Bar. It was yourself, Jason Shepard, in May, Walt Trey Clay, plethora of other local artists, and you're from Frankfort, Kentucky. Frankfort, the capital of Kentucky. Just want to
That's
point
where
that.
that's where I went to school at K State. I'm originally from Hopkinsville, Kentucky, Hoptown.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Like my younger sister, she went to KSU, and her husband went there too. So got some KSU representing here nonetheless. So that's pretty cool. So how did you get started as a music artist, man? How did it start off for you?
I mean, to be honest with you, man, I've been doing music period since man, I think probably since I could talk. I remember my mom told me a story like Sunday school or vacation Bible school or something. You know how they get the kids to sing along and they say, "Oh,
Yeah.
well, what's your favorite song to sing?" You know how they go. I started singing Michael Jackson's "Beat It," and like everybody got a kick out of it. Like they had it on recording and everything. Like this is in church. So needless to say, you know what I'm saying, my dad and my grandfather and, both sides of my family, mom's side and dad's side, they're all musical. So, I kind of was always around it. It's just that, you know how when we go through those adolescent stages from like
Right.
11 to 14,
Mm-hmm.
they, they lock us down, you know what I'm saying? Because we start, what my mama says, smelling yourself. So she used to lock me in my room like, no, you ain't going nowhere. You always getting on my nerves or whatever it may be. And I would have a radio and a piano. So that's how I picked up writing songs and stuff like that. So I didn't really start performing until after I graduated college.
And with the whole church thing, I sang in the choir myself, but I didn't have much of a future as a singer whatsoever. And considering that my father is the pastor and all, and they want the pastor kids to get involved in some way, I went through that phase, and I mean, I can sing a little bit, but I can't sing like Rallo Green. Okay, I I can't sing like Bryson Tiller. I can't sing like Genuine or any of the other remarkable male singers and female singers. If look, especially like it's one thing to sing, but when you try to hit the high notes, I wasn't having it. I'm gonna leave that to my sister. Kendra. She loves to sing, and she sings R&B and gospel. And that's interesting. Michael Jackson beat it. That you know, you know how church people could be a little nitpicky about certain songs.
Man.
But Mike that beat it that does seem rather appropriate. I mean, it's not too extreme. You know,
Yeah, yeah. I
it's
mean, like,
yeah.
they didn't trip or anything about that. They were just kind of like laughing about it and, just something to me when I was around as a kid. Um, I did used to sing in a group called the Sons of Jacob in Hopkinsville. It was about 12 of us. And we literally would go around Kentucky singing gospel songs as a quartet and, quartet style singing. So that kind of opened up my eyes towards, being in front of people and singing and not being so scared because like Mr. Richard was the guy that was over us. And man, he's a solid man of God. He he literally would put us in practice and line us up like New Edition.
Yep.
And he'd tell us, when you're singing, you don't turn this way. You need to spit that gum out. You know how it is. Take them earrings out. What are you doing? But it gave us structure. And I mean, I used the things that I was taught, with that growing up singing and using your diaphragm and breathing. I used that training that I took with that and chorally, and I implemented in my songs. I mean, the 90s was the era of the music. I don't care what anybody says. 90s is where the music was. It didn't matter what song it was. You could jam to it. Every hit on the radio was a jam. So with my music, that's what I'm trying to portray. Like I'm trying to portray real life, not the slap people around or shoot people. Yeah, man, I'm a ladies man. I'm a noob,
Hey, I totally get it, man. R&B in the '90s, those are the times that I've admired as a music fan and that I miss, especially on the R&B side. Like people like the New Editions and the One Trails and Jagged Edge. I'm a Boyz II Men fan. That's my group. Motown, Philly, to Philly.
Yes,
Yeah, and the
yes,
dancing and everything. And that 2 album that they put out,
yes.
I put that on repeat. My family, believe it or not, we played Crazy Sexy by TLC. That was like our soundtrack on the road. And
hmm
that I miss those days, man. It seems like nowadays, at least on the mainstream side, R&B try to be more like hip hop. And I get it, you want to be show some versatility, but what Tyrese and Wines go? Well the Mario Winans,
And I'm glad you say that because I was just watching an interview
Yeah.
that Tank did with the Breakfast Club, and they were talking about this very thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Tank literally he stated basically that in today's time, if you notice, things are a lot faster. In the '90s, we had to take our time. Well, not we, because I was young, but in the '90s, the brothers had to take their time when they step into a lady. You know what I'm saying? Like ladies respected themselves enough to make the men portray them as queens or see them as queens.
Right.
Now it's more or less it's so quick. Everything's so fast. It has to happen now. You don't get to take your time or cry to them like Keith Sweat. They want to get straight to the business, and that's the problem. Like we growing up too fast, man. We got to slow it down. We got to. That's why people have problems in relationships and things like that is because everything is so rushed. It needs to be slowed down. Take your time. Show that you appreciate what the other person has. But that's where the whole wifey type and hubby and all that stuff comes into play. Those titles have been so distorted, like they no longer exist.
Oh, absolutely. The '90s brought the storytelling feel to it. And I also like the part when you have that one dude in the group who's got that deep voice, and especially you hear a breakup song, and then the guy be talking into the bridge. You're like, baby,
You get to talk like this,
no.
and
I miss those days, man. I miss it.
yeah, man.
Like that, that he was wrong and trifling. He's trying to get the woman back. Like that's where R&B, man. Luther Vandross, man. Like,
Man,
come on. Like I miss those days.
definitely.
So I'm gonna need the 1990s to make a comeback in 2018 somehow. Like
Yep.
somehow, like enough with the fast paced hip hop and all that, and I like that stuff, But I need something to calm me down. I need something to play when I can approach a woman or something,
Yeah, man.
I can't approach a woman with a Migos song talking about spy with a T. No, can't do that, man. Can't.
Yeah, man.
But who are some of your musical influences getting into your music career?
To be honest with you, man, there's so many. I've been saying that Pretty Willie. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's a noob out of St. Louis. He's a preacher now out of a church out there. I think I don't know which church, but he had this song called "Lay Your Body Down." I don't know if you remember. Lay your body down and let me touch your body. You remember that song?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So dude is cold. Dude had a whole bunch of songs that people didn't even know was him. Like he was one of the main ones because I saw what he did. Like he uplifted women. He didn't bash them. True enough, he did talk game and stuff like that, but he took his time and he kind of tweaked, the bridge between the '90s and the Pretty Rickies, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
that and of course Jagged Edge, Boyz II Men, Tank, Usher, Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, even. Let me think, who else? I mean, just the plethora of groups. Like you got Boys to Men, New Edition. Everybody, if you do something from, you can create yourself. If that makes sense. Like if you learn from other people's mistakes, or you learn from the things that they did not follow through on. That's why you do interviews and things like that. It'll make a change in what you're trying to do with your music. If you like, I sit and I just listen to things. I listen to how Bryson Tiller, made it through. Like I've been rocking Tiller since K State. He used to come to campus, you know what I'm saying? My freshman year, 2010, 2009, he used to come up there and just clown. And I got a hold of his music, and dude was amazing. And to think in Kentucky, the reason why we don't get seen down here is not because we don't have talent. It's because people don't know. People don't recognize a place that has music.
That's
And
very accurate. Absolutely.
that's
Um,
what I want to change.
you know, Bryson Taylor has come a long way. And truth be told, I wasn't familiar with him until his first album came out. And then when I realized he was from Kentucky, I was like, "What?" And
Yeah.
and this dude, in the past year or two, maybe the past 2+ years now, dude's been doing it. He's had success, and he's part of one of the biggest hits of the year, courtesy
Exactly.
with DJ Khaled, and you get to be in a music video with Rihanna, be like
Man,
right next to her.
man. I'm
That's
trying to tell you.
that's Kentucky right there, man. It's like, man, Bryson Tiller, he made us all proud. I guess the perception of Kentucky, and I keep saying this, is, well, Kentucky is about bourbon, horses, and college basketball.
Pretty much is what they
Which,
think.
yeah, but there are some talented musicians out here. Bryson
Yeah.
Tiller, I would even put Chris Stapleton in there. He's doing his thing on the
Yep.
country side of things as well. Um, and people eventually know that Kentucky is more than beer, horses, and basketball. We,
What's
we,
up?
we got a talented local music scene out here, and it's just a matter of people giving us a listen.
Yeah.
And so for you, what you got in store for the remainder of 2017, and what do you have in store for 2018 as of right now?
Oh, glad you asked me that. Man, question of the day. So, right now, I've been participating over the last, we'll just say, year, with Shine Productions. What happened is a guy named Brendan, I want to say his name is Brendan Stewart. Yeah, Brendan Stewart. He created a show. He was a part of American Idol on the time. And Ashton Jones, she just hosted a party for B Awards. I don't know if you saw her, but had her all deal. Kind of reminds you of not Janelle Monae. She kind of reminds you of her. They created a show called Shine. I've been in this competition and I've made it to the top 10. We're going to be doing a finale in Carrollton, Kentucky on the 11th and the 12th. It's a red carpet event. So it's going to be major. Matter of fact, if you need a press pass, man, and want to come out and do interviews, I can get you on to where you can get that done, man, both days.
That's awesome, man. And where can people listen to your music, and where can people get in touch with you social media wise?
You can go to my music, Apple, iTunes, Google Play, Title, everything. Just Google my name. I mean, Google me, baby. No, I'm just playing. But Rallo Green, man. It's Rallo Green. You'll find me on there. 2018, I'm working on some things with an album coming out. It's going to be called The Art of Pleasure. The whole purpose of the album is to literally slow things down. I'm taking it back. I want to take my time, kind of get a little, grown man status, if you know what I mean. So people gonna be ready for that. Bringing home some grown man music. Also, before I skipped the Christmas, so I'm working on a list for Christmas as far as Christmas music. I love Christmas music. So I'm basically taking comments and feedback from people on social media. Give me your favorite songs. I'm gonna make a list. I'm gonna do the songs, and I'm gonna put out a CD for free. You can have it, download it, throw it away, whatever you want to do with it. But it's gonna be Christmas music. Help get my name out.
Great chat, you man. Thank you for being on the show.
No problem.
Continued success, and it's rare that I talk to someone via Skype on a live show, and so very good. So